The next thing I want to get to is evolutionary psychology. Now look, man. The paleo diet and the Paleolithic and caveman, we always talk about this shit, right? Did our caveman ancestors eat vegetables and fruits, or did they eat meat? Or did we have access to food? And look, I don't fucking know. Nobody knows. Yeah, we study fossils and we do this sciencey stuff, but a lot of that is just bro science, right? Our ancestors ate a lot of meat and they cooked it. Our ancestors, you know, were eating fruits and vegetables all the time. Our ancestors didn't eat any carbohydrates. I don't fucking know, and neither do you, and we'll never know. I mean, we might know through some genius science later, you know, in our life, decades from now, I don't know, centuries from now, millennia from now. But right now, we don't really know what the optimal diet was for our caveman ancestors. But I'm going to use a little bit of logic, not science, but just some simple logic. Back in the day, we did not have farming, right? Farming just started about 12,000 years ago in the Pleistocene epoch. That's when we started agriculture, when humans started doing this farming and raising animals and plants in farms and fields and stuff. Now that's a fact. Before that, we can assume, just through logic, that we were walking, we had tribes. I mean, there's tribes right now on Earth that scientists go and study, and they see that. These tribes hunt. They don't always have food available. Sometimes they don't eat for days. This is stuff that's happening right now. Like in Africa and in the Amazon, like these things are happening. So from that research and from just logic, our ancestors probably didn't eat 7 times a fucking day, like some asshole bodybuilder dumbasses will tell you. Your body and my body is not designed to eat 7 times a day. Does that even make any sense? Can you imagine, just through logic, a caveman ancestor eating 7 times a day? I mean, when you study these tribes on Earth today, like go look at the studies of the Piraha. I read this in the, what was that book? The 48 Laws of Power and Mastery. Talked about this tribe, the Piraha. Robert Greene talked about it. They're not eating 7 times a day. They have to go hunt for their food, and they're not hunting cows. They might be hunting a rabbit or some worms. Most of the countries in the world eat worms for protein. Insects, you know, caterpillars and things like that. So, through logic, what I figured out in my life and why I try fasting is that our ancestors probably ate just a few times a week. They weren't bodybuilders and taking steroids and had these big fucking muscles. No, they had lean bodies, 6-pack type bodies. And I know that now in life, in which I'm lean and strong and have this circulation in my sexual organs, and I can thrust like a fucking maniac and have my adductors muscle very mobile. And I talked about all this in the exercise truth, so go watch that if you haven't seen so already. You know, how to activate your sex muscles and how to exercise so you have a great sex life. Caveman ancestors were probably this way, and I want to live my life that way. Why? Evolutionary psychology, evolutionary biology tells us this. Our bodies haven't really evolved. Our brains have definitely not evolved, right? And that's why we are all addicted to porn. I was, thank God, not anymore, but you probably are, and a lot of my one-on-one coaching clients are. So, if our bodies and brains haven't evolved, but our culture has, and it's giving us these weird things like porn stimuli and sugary foods and processed foods, we probably need to fast and detox our bodies once in a while. And intermittent fasting, what I've had all of my clients do, every single fucking client does this. And a lot of students do this. A lot of YouTube watchers do this. A lot of Instagram followers do this. You probably do this already. If not, you're going to do it. I'm going to get to the challenge very soon. you have to do what your body is designed to do. And I fully believe from my experience, from what the science shows us, and from what my clients have seen in their lives of gaining muscle, losing fat, becoming more confident, overcoming fears, and above all, becoming sexual animals, really, really performing in bed and being grounded at the same time and relaxed and in a meditative, mindful state at the same time. All of those things are happening. And a few of my clients, especially the story I told you in the beginning, have been able to overcome porn addiction because they started fasting. They saw what is happening. You're going to see this. You're going to see what's happening in your body when you start fasting. And you're going to love to see that so much. You're going to love to see your six-pack abs so much. Then you're going to have to eat healthy. Because now you've seen what's possible. You're going to have to go exercise because now you've seen what's possible. And you don't want to ruin what you learned and what you executed and how you improved yourself through exercise. You don't want to ruin that by eating cake every day or by just giving into temptation of porn and of listening to what society's telling us and making us less masculine. You don't want to do that.